Humility is a really important key to your success, and you probably don't even know what it actually means. Take 0. All right, so if you guys have watched in previous videos, we talk about the importance of knowing what you value, what your values are. So a quick review, my personal core values are transparency, authenticity, expertise, humility, and servant leadership. And in this video, I'm going to talk about a chapter in the book called, that talks all about humility, what it is and why does it matter, and why is it a key to success. Now, a really important point is that most people misunderstand what humility actually is, okay? So, to start, let's just go with, what the actual dictionary definitions of humility are. So there's, two. I'm going to, a modest or low view of one's own importance, humbleness, okay? He needs the humility to accept that their way may be better. That's really very, it's an abstract definition. It really doesn't mean anything. A low view of one's own importance it doesn't really tell people how to put that in practice in their life, okay? Merriam-Webster says that it's the quality or state of not thinking you are better than other people, or the quality or state of being humble. He accepted the honor with humility. So I'm good with both of those definitions, right? Obviously, I don't define what the word is, but what I want to do is take how I've taken the definition of that word, taking humility, and extended it from what I learned as a kid, and how do I use it in practice in my life, okay? So humility as a core value in all of my businesses and in my daily life when I'm talking to my kids. Humility is understanding really two things, okay? Number one, what you are good at, okay? What are the things that I am good at, okay? And number two, and most importantly, what I am not good at, okay? Humility, so the Merriam-Webster definition of humility, which says having a low view of your own importance, sometimes you are the most important person in the room. If you're the expert on some certain field of study, it's really important to understand that you're the expert. But that doesn't mean that you do it to the detriment of being able to learn from others who can contribute to the conversation, okay? So how do I use humility in my daily life, and how should you use it in your daily life? And this has been critical to my success. So I've learned through experience the things that I'm good at, through feedback from other people, through measuring my outcomes against my goals, etc. What are the things that I'm good at? So number one, I'm really good at taking complex concepts. So I'm smart. I know that I'm smart. I know that I'm intelligent. So I can understand very complex concepts. But I know that a unique skill I have, and one that makes me different than others, is I can take really complex ideas and break them down and communicate them in a way that lay people can understand. So I'm able to take complex ideas, especially in engineering. This really helps a lot, where I can decide which of the 100-foot elements, the minutia, is important for the layperson, and I can communicate it in a way that they that helps them understand the concept. Okay, that's part of the reason our YouTube channel for 4.0 Solutions and Intellic Integration is so successful. It's why we run IoT.University. That skill of being able to explain complex things in a way that basically anyone can understand, that's something I know that I'm good at. I'm very good at. I'm really good at identifying skill sets in people. So I don't know why I am, but what I do know is that over the course of time, I'm able to identify people's strengths and weaknesses very, very quickly, their personality strengths and weaknesses, and then their skill set strengths and weaknesses very quickly, much faster than most people around me. Number three, I'm able to extract emotion from my decision making. So I know I'm good at that. I know I'm good at making tough decisions. And in order to make those tough decisions, you got to extract emotion. Really good at building teams. I'm good at communicating with passion, and evoking emotion in people when it comes to good idea, explaining ideas. I'm good at those things, right? There's many other things that I believe that I'm good at, right? And that what my strengths are. I'm also a very good engineer, and I'm a very good very good automation engineer. But I'm an even better architect. So I'm really good at architecting huge systems for very, very large companies that take data from here and put it together here so that this thing over here can communicate with it. I'm very good at that. In fact, I'm world class in that thing. Okay. What am I not good at? There's lots and lots and lots and lots of things I'm not good at. I'm not good at accounting. I'm not good at repetitive tasks. I am not good at pandering. I'm very bad at pandering to people's emotions. So I can be incredibly insensitive. I don't mean to hurt people when I say things that I believe are just the obvious truth, but I can be incredibly insensitive. Okay. I am not good at just having fun. Okay. That is hitting the pause button and just going and having fun. Okay. I'm not good at that. Okay. A thing that I am good at, I'm highly disciplined. Very good at getting up early in the morning. Very good at hitting the gym every day. Very good at operating on a super regimented schedule. I'm good at doing the things that I have to do when I don't want to do them. That's discipline. I'm really good at that. Things that I'm a couple of other things that I'm not good at. I am not good at throwing shit against the wall and seeing what sticks. Okay. And in business development, that's a really important skill to have. Okay. So when I was a kid, where did this whole concept of the importance of humility, understanding what you're good at and what you're not good at, why is that important? And why is that a key to success? I personally believe it's a fundamental key to my success and the success of my organizations. If you look at my companies, the success that we've had, so much of it's centered around humility, building our teams through humility and conducting ourselves on a daily basis, exercising humility. Okay. My dad used to tell me when I was a kid, I'm the oldest of five. I'm adopted. I'm the oldest of five. My dad wasn't didn't communicate. He wasn't a great communicator. He was actually a guy of very, very few words. But when he communicated, it meant something. Okay. So if my dad told you he loved you, that stood out. When my dad said he wanted to sit down and talk to you about something, that stood out. You shut up and listen. Boom, like that. Not out of fear, but out of it happened so rarely, you knew that what he was about to say was important because he doesn't waste his time on things that aren't important. And when he would talk to us about humility, he didn't say humility. He would say, there's only two things in life you need to know to be successful. I mean, and that was an absolute statement. You need to know what you're good at, and more importantly, you got to know what you're not good at. And there's a follow-up to that. You have to become an expert at the things you are good at. You have a moral obligation to become an expert at the things you are good at. And you need to surround yourself with people who are good at the things you are not. And by the way, this transcends all areas of our life. Okay, I mean, this is marriage, this is parenting, this is being a sibling, this is being a community member, this is being a friend, this is being a professional. Okay, this is how we should conduct ourselves when we're joining a study group in college. It doesn't matter what you do. You have to ask yourself, what am I good at and what am I not good at? And ask yourself the same question about the people you're surrounding yourself with. Okay? If you look at my teams, I have people on my team who are very good at empathizing, and they are on the team simply because that is their strength. We have people on our team who are really good at throwing shit against the wall and seeing what sticks. And those people are on it's one member of our business development group. Okay? We have people on our team who are exceptional at repetitive tasks. Okay, we have people on our team who are exceptional at finance and accounting. Okay, the minutia components, right? If you look at my success personally in my life, a huge piece of it is an extension of humility. And the reason we're talking about this today is because it's a key chapter in the book, okay? But it is a question I get. It's probably the number one question I get when I mention humility as a core value, in whether that's in our other channels or whether it's here, or whether I'm just talking to somebody on the street or somebody sends me a message on Discord. It's probably the number one question I get, which is, can you explain to me a little bit more what the importance of humility is? Humility is not lowering yourself, working yourself into the background, being meek. Meekness is not humility, okay? Humility is understanding what you're good at and being an expert at it, and surrounding yourself with people who are experts at the things that you're not good at, okay? And as obvious as that sounds, it's very clear to me when in my day-to-day interactions that not many people use this as a core key pillar that is a function that is used to manifest their success, achieve their goals, and manifest their success. So the question for you today is humility important to you? Do you actually understand what it is? And if you do, how do you use it to overcome adversity and achieve success? Do you know what you are actually great at? Can you sit down, write out a list, and say, here's what I'm great at? And have you become an expert in those things that you are really great at? And if you haven't, do you have a plan to become an expert? And number two, most importantly, what are the key things that you believe you are not great at? And those are the things, you could work on those things, right? But the difference between being great and not great is that if you're not great with a lot of work and effort, you could become passable at that skill. But if you're already great and you haven't been putting work into that skill, you can become elite by putting work into it. Okay? Nobody runs a 9.5 second 100-meter dash if they already aren't one of the fastest people in their group of friends or at their school when they're in elementary school. No one is super slow in elementary school and becomes an elite sprinter by the age of 22 or 23, right? And that's what we're doing here with personality traits. And we're doing it at a really basic level. I'm not a psychologist. My undergraduate study is in sociology. I'm an entrepreneur and an engineer. And a lot of this is just pure observation, me throwing out to you how it is that I've achieved success. Remember, the key audience for this channel and for the book Adversity and Success is really my kids, my grandkids. It's me passing on this message to people who want to learn from it. But at the same time, I'm throwing it out to the world, okay? So what are you good at? What are you not good at? And do you actively understand what humility is? And if you don't, what's your plan to start doing it today? All right? All right. Obligatory time. Please like, subscribe, share this video with anybody who you think might benefit from it. And I will see you in the next one.